Hi, Analisa Six here with the Lady of Leisure and the Sober Curator to bring you the November 2024 horoscope for the zodiac sign of Pisces for sun and rising placements. Welcome to November. It's already November 16th, and I am behind on getting these videos out, but I hope that they can still be beneficial in showing you why maybe you're going through something that you're going through and where you're headed. So, talking about Scorpio season, Scorpio is the fixed water sign of the zodiac that rules the eighth house in astrology. And, Pisces is the mutable water sign of the zodiac that rules the 12th house in astrology. And of course, in the horoscope, it shows up a little bit differently. But water likes water. Pisces rules our subconscious, Scorpio rules the underworld. There's a lot of crossover when it comes to connections to spirituality and ethereal energy, karma, all of that kind of stuff. So, there's a lot of positive energy happening for Pisces this month, but it's still Scorpio season. We still get that amplification of water and water. So if you've been feeling emotional or like there's kind of a lot of feelings around things, Scorpio's here to kind of emphasize that. And where Scorpio hits in the Pisces horoscope is the ninth house, which is the house that rules our connection to long distance travel. It's also our connection to values and belief systems, higher education and learning, the need to seek truth, wisdom, spirituality. It's the house, kind of more, the teacher, the student, the guru, all of that kind of stuff. So the sun's here amplifying that. And then starting out November, we also had Mercury finishing up its stint here where it's been for the last couple of weeks. I think something weird's happening with my internet because my video is kind of lagging. Hopefully that'll stop. But we also had, starting out the month, a new moon at 9 degrees of Scorpio. So this new moon hit in that ninth house. And so, if we think about new moon energy happens when we are, the way that it pushes us, it's the moon conjunct the sun. And it's supposed to be a time where we're planting seeds and setting intentions towards something that we want to manifest or cultivate into our lives. And so this was a really positive time if you're thinking about your values, your beliefs, if there's an educational program you want to take, if there's some way that you want to expand your horizons, your mind, or a trip you want to go on. This new moon was a good time to set intentions towards calling that in. In Scorpio, we also have an emphasis on death and rebirth and allowing for energy to change and transmute. And so, it's a good time for us releasing and letting go maybe old values and beliefs that are no longer serving us or any kind of spiritual beliefs that maybe we're moving away from. It's a time of shedding just as much as it's a time of planting seeds. And then Mercury, kind of played a role in being in its last degrees of that energy. And then it moves into Sagittarius pretty early on the second and the third. It's officially out of the ninth house. And then Mercury will be moving into the 10th house. So Mercury in the 10th house puts a big, huge kind of highlight on your career. And then you've already had Venus passing through this house since October. So Venus has been blessing your career and your work life. And then Mercury here kind of emphasizes your work and your career and also, how you communicate and how you articulate information or even teach information when it comes to the work that you're doing in your career. So your public life and work are very highlighted starting out November. Mars, after we start out the month, moves out of Cancer and into Leo. So Mars has been in Cancer the last couple of months. And again, Cancer is another water sign. It's the cardinal water sign of the zodiac. So Cancer is cardinal water, Scorpio's fixed water, Pisces, you are mutable water. So we've got all this water energy that's been hitting. And where Mars has been is in the 5th house, which is the house of creativity and self-expression. And when Mars is here, we're going through a period where we might feel some conflict or some turbulence on how we express ourselves and our relationship to our creativity. It can feel a little bit like a tortured artist energy, like I have all this stuff I want to do. I have all these ways I want to express myself. And yeah, I'm still navigating maybe some of the tension around that. But water likes water. So Mars is also creating an easy pathway for you to be creative and artistic. And so there can also be a lot of drive and passion and energy, and you experience a lot of joy the more that you pour yourself into creative projects. So it's really supported even, and I bring up the hard aspects of Mars because Mars as a transit is supposed to be a little bit tense regardless of whether or not it's positively aspecting us. But if it's positively aspecting us, which for Pisces it is, we do experience the benefits of Mars, which can be like a very like amplified energy, a lot of drive, a lot of passion towards the things that we want to do creatively. However, Mars leaves Cancer and enters the sixth house on the 4th, and the area of the chart this hits for the Pisces horoscope is the sixth house, which is the house that is connected to our health and wellness, our daily routine, and our pets, and also the area that has to do with how we're of service and the work that we're doing. Mars is going to be making a trine up to that Mercury in Pisces starting out. And so, you know, Mars here amplifies all of these themes, and it's really good for taking the reins of our life and maybe creating more structure or daily routine. But it also can, if we have any health issues or we've been neglecting our health, it can also bring those issues up. And Leo rules the heart and the spine. So heart health and spine health is really important to make sure that you're staying on top of. Because Mars here can bring up issues around that if we're not taking care of ourselves. We're more prone to hurting ourselves when Mars is passing through the sixth house. So you just got to be careful. Take care of your back, take care of your heart. Don't do things that are going to be detrimental to that. Just kind of something to watch out for. As the month progresses, Venus is going to leave Sagittarius where she's been and enter Capricorn around the 12th, 13th. So when I'm recording this, Venus is already in Capricorn, and where Venus is moving into, she's moving the house of career and she's entering the house of social circles, friendship, and community. When Venus is passing through the 11th house, it's a really positive time to connect with people that we love to spend our time with and that we get a lot of fulfillment from. So when, you know, Venus is here, our social life gets amplified and we're supported in connecting to the people that we love and cherish most. It's also supportive with Mars passing through the sixth house and Venus here to do any kind of volunteer work or philanthropic work or getting involved in service-oriented work, being a part of our communities, volunteer work, that kind of stuff is really supported with these transits here. Also, you know, if you are politically inclined and you have work that you're doing in that way, that's very blessed and supported right now with the transits that are happening in this chart. So Pisces, get involved in your communities. After that, on the 15th, we're going to have a full moon at 24 degrees of Taurus. Now, this is highlighting the third house of communication and then your ninth house, which we talked about at the beginning of this video, where you're connected to, you know, truth seeking, higher education and wisdom, you know, philosophy, even astrology, publication, the law, all of that kind of stuff is centered here. And full moons are a time of manifesting. They're also a time of releasing things and letting things go. In the third house and the ninth house, travel is also highlighted. So anything that's around that, if you want to manifest and call more of any of these themes in, it's supported. But if there's also things that you want to release or let go around these themes, that's also supported in setting intentions towards that. And then during this full moon, Saturn is also going to be stationing direct in your sign of Pisces. So Saturn has been retrograde since the end of June in the first house of, you know, the horoscope chart for you. And the first house is the house that has to do with identity. Saturn in the first house can be really a challenging energy where we have a really hard inner critic. And with retrograde, we might be reassessing and reviewing our relationship to how we perceive ourselves. And in Pisces, it's a very emotional, spiritual relationship to self that we might have been reflecting and reviewing on. And now with Saturn stationing direct, it gives us an opportunity to grow and evolve with how we're emotionally connecting and spiritually connecting to ourselves. So developing a really strong spiritual practice is advised. If you are sober and you're working through layers of your sobriety, this is also a really positive time to really do some like really deep spiritual work, especially around the subconscious and somatic healing kind of stuff. There's a lot of opportunity for growth here and gaining more independence, being alone and autonomous. If you're one of those Pisces that has struggled with codependence and needing a lot of escapist through other people or substances or anything like that, Saturn here could be a really positive time for you to work on healing your need to escape yourself and finding ways to feel more at home and comfortable in who you are and more love and self-acceptance around who you are. After this full moon, we're going to have on the 21st, our sun moving into Sagittarius, which is that area of house and career. So all of your work stuff gets amplified. And this is a really positive time for you to lean into your public life and your career. Take advantage of any work that comes your way and just kind of shine wherever it is that you're at, and also be open to learning new things when it comes to career as well. Also, on the flip side of that, we have Mercury entering the shadow period here. So communication conflicts can arise in the career area when Mercury is in the shadow period, and then Mercury stations retrograde on the 25th. And so there is a lot of opportunity for conflict, misunderstandings, and some problems to happen in work, in the career area. And the advice here is to just be open to learning. This is a reflect, review, reassess period for you when it comes to work. You might question whether or not you're in the career you want to be in. You might have to work on humbling yourself in certain ways. And it's an opportunity for growth and learning when it comes to your work life and what you're doing. Pluto is also going to be entering Aquarius around this time, and Pluto has been teeter-tottering between Capricorn and Aquarius, but it's finally stationing in Aquarius finally for the next 20 years, and it's not going to move back into Capricorn. Now, this is hitting your 12th house, which is the house that represents our subconscious, and I've talked a lot about this in previous videos, so I'm not going to get super into it now. After, we have Mercury stationing retrograde on the 25th in your house of career. On the 30th, the last day of November, we are going to have a new moon at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, this is a really positive time for you to set intentions around what you want to manifest and call in when it comes to your career and your work life. So whether you like the job that you're in and you want to stay in it, this is a great time for you to set intentions around the things that you want to bring more of into your work and your public life. If you are wanting to leave your current situation, this is a really good time to set intentions towards what you want to manifest when it comes to the work that you want to do in the future. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave you there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the like and subscribe button to get notified on when I post these. I try to get these out the first week of every month, but sometimes my life takes a different turn and I don't get to them till late, but I enjoy them. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll have my contact info in the description box, and I will see you all in December. Good luck.